This is WWJ Whipping with Joe. We've got an Okuma extravaganza here. Check all these reels out. Field testing all of them. Anyway, we had the Azores 40 and the Azores 55S. That's when I first started on these Okumas. And then they came out with these here. First one I started off with. I love this reel. Went up for 40 hours, roller bearing field. Sent in for the service, came on back, used it for another hour, cranking back the other direction. So I had to send them in for an anti-reverse bearing. And that was replaced. But anyway, all of these got 40-pound braid in them. Thought I'd share this with you here. This ratio is 6:1, the Azores. This is made for salt water. The next one is a 40S, the trio 40S. The S denotes that it's a higher speed. It's 6 to, and it's a 6:1 ratio. And then we go to the Helios. This is the most sought after reel for some reason. The Helios HX40. I got the 40, not the 40S. That's it. I love the slow retrieve. Then you got the Helios HX40 or 40S. This is the high speed one, 6:1 ratio. Then you got the Epixor XT55. This is more comparable to the cedros. And then the newest one we field testing here is the Epixor XT40, not the S40. Ratio still 4:1, 5:1. So we'll go back up here again, and we'll go back to the Azores here. Just in case you need, this is made for salt water. And we'll give you specs of this one here. 6:1 bearings, 6 + 1 bearing, 5/8:1, close to 6:1. It's 36 inches per crank, 12 ounces, and 37.5 pounds drag. And here's 12 pound at 210 yards. I forgot how much I put in there, probably around 200 cranks if I'm not mistaken, of 40-pound braid. All of these have 40-pound braid, like I said. It's the Azores Z4000H. They make the 6 and the 8, they don't make a 5000, I wish they did. Yeah, next one is the trio. This one here is made for salt water. And we'll just read the specs. The only one with a different box. Trio 40S is 9 bearings plus 1 more. And then the gear ratio is 6:1, and the retrieve is 35 inches. Capacity is 12 at 170 yards. I think this one here I put 230 cranks if I'm not mistaken. I think it's on the video, but yeah. So this one here has 6 hours already. And then the Helios HSX40. This one here is 8 ball bearings and 1 R bearing. Gear ratio is 5:1. 12 to 180 yards. Or 50-pound motor. I put 40 because all these has 40. I've used this for 23 hours so far, and it's still smooth. So, and I'm pumping 2-ounce lures, by the way. All of these are pumping 2-ounce lures. The next one we're doing was the Helios. This one has 6 hours. 40X. The S denotes it's a faster ratio. This is what we call the green guy. 40S, 8 ball bearings and 1 R bearing. Gear ratio 6:1. Capacity 12 to 205. A lot of line on this one here. A lot of line. 3 hours of this one. Go 6 hours on this one. Still smooth. Then the Epixor 55. We already got 6 hours on this guy too. And we'll read the spec. This is pretty nicely. I like the line lay on these two. The new one, the Epixor, the line lay is really close and tight. This gets 7 plus 1 bearing. The gear ratio is 5:1, 34 inches per crank, 11.5 ounce as a weight, and then 26.5 pound drag. We have an issue with the bag drag system right now. I've emailed Okuma, and we'll see what the response is. And yeah, this one says 12 pound and 310 yards, and I put 280 cranks of 40 pound braid. 280 cranks of 40 pound braid, 100 yards more than the Spheros. And then the one we just got yesterday, I already put mono in it, I'm in a braid. And we go over here. And then we've got this guy out here. This is the Epixor XT40, a smaller one from that one. And let's see what this guy has. It's 7 plus 1 bearing. The gear ratio is 5:1, 30 inches per crank, 10.7 ounces, 22 pound max drag. And it says here 12,180. And I put 190 cranks of 12 pound braid. Well, actually 40 pound braid, sorry. So, and this one is yet to be tested. But same as the XPT55, I'm going to show you the line lay of this guy here. So we're down, let's see, we're on the bottom. Let's go to the top. Top here, line is on top here. We're this portion here. We'll see how much it turns for this wheel to go up, down, and come back up. That's a lot. That's a lot, and it's really slow. You call it slow oscillation. Different oscillation than reels before. But anyway, thought I'd share that with you. So we're field testing this one. This in here I like the ball. And I say this is made for salt water. It's heavy, but I love it. Love that wheel for 40 pounds. Trying to see if we can land a GT with the smaller wheels. This one here, well, this should be able to land one. Yeah. The lip here is different from the other ones. All the others are pretty straight actually. But anyway, I thought I'd share it with you. So, the Azores Z 4000H Trio 40S. The Helios HX40. HX40. Epixor 55. Epixor 40. Anyway, we have a good time with these things. Again, this is WWJ Whipping with Joe. I mean, tree with Okuma, because they brought out so many reels. All you can do is tell the difference of the color. The new one that's coming out with is called the Cedros, and that would be a saltwater reel. So they make 4 saltwater reels dedicated for saltwater reels, as far as I understand. One is the Makira, and the one the Azores, which is the blue one I know, and then the Trio is made for saltwater, and then of course the new one is Cedros. And we will see how that one turns out, but that one will be the higher price of any of these reels. This one costs about $130. This is the only one basically that's over 100. The rest, all of these are less than $100. I don't know if they come to be disposable, but we'll see how long they last, just popping 2-ounce lures for the most part. Again, WWJ, Whipping with Joe. Aloha.